Hey, good morning. It's Monday morning again, and it's the Master Pattern Report with Dr. Bob Flower, Monday, July 27th. Okay, let's see how we've done. We missed a week in there somehow with Alaska and everything else. But this week, silver rose to over $14, up from the $12.50 range a week and a half ago. Which hit the low hit exactly on the 14th. I was a little disappointed it didn't get down below that 12.39 mark. We had thought it was going to hit that $12, but that's a good enough move. It's up over $14 now and picking up some strength here, as is gold. Oil is recovering from the $59 low of 2 weeks ago. Which we had said would be about $58, has now moved to $69. Now, what's happening? Well, I'll talk to you a little bit about the oil in a second. Next is the Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar took a big jump since we had mentioned we liked it. It's now at approximately 92.5 cents American. Which is very high. That was a good move. I think that was around 88 2 weeks ago. So everything hit exactly how and when we had called for it in our last forecast. Now for this week, I think you're going to see silver and the metals continue into mid-August. Market has an excellent chance of a good run starting the first week in August, if not right now, this week. And the impetus seems to be that a lot of investors and Wall Street people, bankers, don't think that the cap and trade bill is going to go anywhere, and looks like the healthcare plan is not going to formulate, so or anytime soon anyway. So market considers that as good news, in the sense that the more government stays out of our lives, the better off we all are. So we need to watch. As the market will make a run here. It's broken 9,000. There's a good chance we may see 10,000 within the next 30 to 45 days. Also, let's watch the yen. I think the yen is getting weaker here and may go to 100. So keep your eyes on that one. All right. Now for the by the way, next week, I'm going to be in Arizona, and I'll be broadcasting from there, and we're going to have some exact market turnaround days. We have a new system that we put in, and we're testing it now to see how it works compared to the old one. So far, it looks very promising. We'll start giving you specific dates on moves and silver, S&P, and certain commodities. Okay, so political economics. Obama is in trouble. Pelosi and Reid have him just where they want him. They're calling the shots right now. He may be saying what he would like to see, but they're telling him, "You just tell us and we'll handle it. Don't worry about it. Just stay aside and listen and watch us." So I would say that I would watch for a potential open rift before the end of the year. Obama's not keen towards that. He doesn't like argumentation. He doesn't like confrontation, especially with people that he's associated with. But I think you may see some frustration rising here. Okay. By the way, one of the reasons is that he does want entitlement reforms, but Pelosi and Reid are telling him that there's no way, especially Pelosi. So this is a pet peeve of his. This is something we're going to have to watch here. And they're telling him, in effect, tell us what you want and we'll construct it. But there are certain things that we're not going to touch, and entitlement reform is one of them. and again, like I said, the cap and trade, I think the market is rallying on that, and the healthcare. I think the next big problem that we're going to see from the government morons are further real estate and credit hits, severe drop in government revenues, and not only federal government but our local government. Keep an eye on your taxes, folks, and assessments. They're going up locally. So you got to watch out for the referee in the ring here. He's the one that's throwing the punches, throwing the rabbit punches. We're watching the Fed. We're complaining about the Fed. We're complaining about Congress and whatnot. In the meantime, our local politicians are juicing up the tax bills. And I think we're going to see some more real big problems with states, probably at the end of the year, even more so. Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, those three in particular, but there are even Kansas and Pennsylvania is having problems. Okay, we are now out of control. The good news is it's a ship that's out of control. Okay, so we're still afloat. When the airplane is out of control, that's when you have to worry. That's when we got to watch out for the end result. And right about now, we're getting ready to leave the ship and board the airplane. Okay, so let's life jackets don't help. This is the part where everybody makes fun of. Fasten your seatbelts. Why? If you hit something, your seatbelts are not going to do you any good. So we need to be careful about that. Here's a quick idea I had for one of the healthcare. I wrote to one of our local congressmen about this, and I passed the email around. They're all concerned about this, end of life cost. Like the 80% of your healthcare costs occur in the last 2 years of life. Well, why don't we just all? Why doesn't the government pass a resolution whereby up to 35 or 40 years of age, you go out and you buy yourself a whole life insurance policy for, say, like maybe $250,000. At that young age, it only costs maybe $200 a month, $250 a month. You pay into it for 10 or 11 years. It then carries itself for the rest of your life. And if you don't touch it, which there would be a law that would say you can't touch it, by the time you're 90, it's worth over $1 million. Now, at that point in time, end-of-life health costs can be taken from the policy. The policy can be assigned to, doctors, dentists, hospitals, pharmaceuticals. Could be borrowed upon. It should go a long way in relieving that question, not only for the government but for each of us. Okay, so I think that pretty well cuts it for this week. We will have some specific dates for you next week. I think we'll be closer to seeing what programs are going to be put off. The play looks like that maybe they're just going to work on healthcare for a while and try and get that through in some phase. So keep an eye on that, because that would be an economic disaster. Bob Flower, stay in touch. Go to our blog. We'll see you soon.